Experience is no longer the best teacher, mostly when it will cost you waste of money. Hi guys, you are welcome again. If you are joining for the first time, you are welcome. And to my returning viewers, I love you all amazing. In today's video, I'll be showing us how I made this hyper realistic tin milk container, the big size, and also share my experience of all the mistakes I made while making this order. And if I want to do it again, I will not make this mistake. That is why I want to share it, so that when you want to do it, you too will not make this mistake. Now, the first thing first that is very important in getting this hyper realistic tin container is to know the right sizes. Yes, you know the heights, you know the width. Is very important, because it is this size that you will use to go to the computer center where they are going to print it out for you. And if you don't give them the right size, they might end up printing something too small or something excessively too big, so that when you now cover it, you find out that it is not enough. For those of us that are seeing my channel for the first time, I already have a video on how you can chrome coat and layer your cakes like this. That is why I did not show it, so I'm going to tag that video to it, just in case you don't know how to chrome coat your cake, you don't know how to cover it, then you watch that video and see it, because I already bypassed that part. I don't want it to be too long, because I have like 2 to 3 videos on how to make that in different sizes, in different styles. So now this is me. I'm testing the printing to check if it's okay. Mind you, when you measure it, if it's 19, when you want to print it, tell them to print it 19.5, or tell them to print it 20 inches, so that when you add your fondant to it, it will not be too much. It will not be, the difference will not be too much. You add the inches of that fondant to the measurement. That is if you have not covered it with fondant before measuring it. Like I covered it while I was wearing, I already crumpled it. Now, the first mistake I made was I did not check for the label before charging for it. I honestly thought that, oh, just like we used to get every other stickers and design from Pinterest, that we are going to get this loya milk label, the complete label on Pinterest. I didn't know that. I was lying. I searched for more than 5 hours. I did not get for loya milk. Okay, I wanted to even opt for Cowbell. I didn't get Peak Milk. I didn't get. Now, one thing I noticed by doing this is that most of these multinational companies, they don't put out their label out there, because I even have to ask ChatGPT, how do I get it? They said I can either get it from their company website, or somebody inside the company will have to help me with it. So after several search and failed attempt to get this exact label, now this is all we had to do. I'm going to put the picture that we extracted from, and I'm going to meet the graphic designer to do, a fresh design, like combination of many of the pictures. We take the front part, we take the the nutritional part and the back part, and then he added it together. Something that I was supposed to spend like 1,500, I ended up spending 7,000 plus to make it. And mind you, I did not add this extra cost to my costing, because I already thought that, oh, I was definitely going to see it. So if you have a client that want to recreate all these realistic products of multinational products, just know that you will not find their complete flyer or design online. You won't find it there. So you have to add the cost of giving it to a graphic designer to design a fresh one. Okay, now this is the can, this milk, now the one that popped out is from this picture that we extracted it from. We extracted this picture design. That was I was able to, you also got another picture. I didn't get that one for the nutritional value on. That was that it was able to start designing a new one to get me something that fit a little. Honestly, I thought it was not going to come out well because of those combination of different designs, since we did not see the full design online. Now, my second mistake while taking this order was I did not really settle down to research. I just assume. If I had settled down to, make my research, to search for the sticker first, which is the most important thing in this order, the label of this loya milk, I would have been able to find out from that moment that, oh, this thing is not online, no. So I will also add the extra cost for it. Imagine spending up to like 8,000 naira for something that you did not add the cost. It was really painful though. That's why I'm sharing it here, so that if you have this kind of order, If you check Pinterest, you don't see it. Just know that you are going to get a graphic designer to recreate something that is very similar to it. Anyway, I think that why they don't really put out their flyer out there is because of all these piracy or recreating of fake products. Because imagine they have their flyers and or their label and people can easily access it. Companies are going to a lot of people are going to pirate their product and come up with very bad products. So I feel like that is why they don't have it. Prior to this time, I really don't know. I was thinking that anything you want is online. No, there are a lot of information that are not online out there. They are not outside for the public consumption, except you are into the business or you are among their board or their directors. That is when you can have access to it. Also, when I got this order, I searched YouTube. I searched on how to go about it. I just wanted somebody to guide me. I did not see. I remember a baker friend that has done this design. I tried to reach her, I couldn't, so I had to ask one or two persons. Now this is another lesson again. How do I go about it? If not, I really will not know that this measuring of a thing was very important. Imagine I just went and said, okay, I just use estimates. It will definitely not come out well, except by the grace of God, which is rare. So when you have a job that you don't understand, try to search online, and if you cannot get any information online, try to reach out to one or two persons. Yes, try to reach out to one or two persons in your baking community or whatever community you are. Because I reached out to my friend and she told me that I will have to measure it first, either after crumb coating or after covering it. So because I was going to cover it when I come back from the market, I had to measure it after crumb coating, then added extra inches to it. Yes, this is not really a detailed video of how I covered cake because I already have the video. So if you don't understand this covering process because I did not explain it here, you can also check my previous video on how to cover fondant cake. Yes, I think I have it. I'm also going to tag it to this video so you can check it. This is me. I'm just trying to make sure that the can is straight and smooth, because all these milk container, they are so very, very smooth. They are straight. They don't even have any form of lump. So my fondant have to be very smooth. Now, trying to get the top, I tried with several things that I have around to get that that milk shape top. I couldn't. I tried with other cake pans, it did not. So eventually, by God's grace, thank God, I now got this one. Yes, so I use this one to put that mark line to make it realistic. I don't have big top and big cutter for that size, so when I put it came out. I had to use something else to increase the mark, because I could not apply too much pressure to it so that my fondant cake will not bend or it will not scatter. So if you notice, I'm just taking my time to do it bit by bit. If I press it the way I want it to show at once, maybe the cake will just scatter or the cake will cut something. So I didn't want that to happen. Now if you see what I'm doing, I'm using this instrument now to make that line thicker, so that the line will be obvious, so that the line can show, people can see it. Okay, this is a tin milk, because what is tin milk without this line? It will not be realistic. So that is how I achieve it. If you know of a better way that I could have achieved this and you are watching this video, please kindly drop it in the comment section. I will also like to learn. Or if you have done something like this before, of a better way to achieve this, please drop it in the comment section. Now this second line too, I used another thing to insert it. It was faint. I didn't want to press it too much. I really need to apologize, because when I was using this sticker on it, I didn't know that my camera was not on. I felt so bad, but it's not hard. I used steamer to put steam on the cake and just use the label to go around it. Is that easy? Just put it under and put your hand as you are going around it. You are smoothing it, making sure that everything is perfect. I didn't know that my camera was not recording and I could not remove it again. I am so sorry. So after that, I had to adjust that line of adding it together, and I removed the excesses. Now you see I told you that they added extra 1 inch because of fondant, so the excesses I'm even removing is not even, it will not even affect the design. So imagine you did not, you didn't measure it, and then you just remove it, just go and give them to print. They might print as something that is too much and is not enough. So this is why you should measure it and add extra inch to it if you have not fondant your cake. But if you've covered your cake with fondant and you measure the fondant and you are sure you don't need to add any extra inch to it, it's going to come out like that. So at this point now, we want to do that thing that is under it. Yes, that tiny thing under it. So this is the instrument that I use. I use my extruder. I use this tiny mouth to use the fondant to do it. If you don't have this thing, you can get it in the market. They call it extruder. Yes, extruder. It has different shape. It's very one of the most important fondant skill if you want to work on different design. Even those noodles design, different shape, this instrument can give you. So this was what I did. I used the bigger part for the big milk, and I use the smaller one for the tin. If you want to see the video of how I create this small tin milk, I have also uploaded it on my channel. I don't know the one that will come first, if it is this one or that one. So you can just scroll through my page and you will find a video of how to cover this small cowbell milk, but it's practically the same thing. I use a tinier extruder part to do the down and the top, and you're going to use the same size that you use for the up. You're still going to use it for the down. So after bringing it out, after getting this tiny long shape, I had to paint it first before putting it, so that it will not stain the other parts of the cake, because it was already on the cake board that I want to use to deliver it. So it will not be nice painting it there. So see the way I do it. I painted it first and then I go round, and as you're going round, it is sticking because because the fondant is still moist, so there's no need to apply water. It's going to just stick. Now if you can see the top of this cake now, is already looking realistic. We also want to add the top, that tiny thing that we'll put on down. We want to add it to the top too. So it's the same thing. Now for this top, you can choose to paint it first, or you put it without painting it, because you are still going to paint the top again. So there's no way the silver was going to stain it. So if I want to do this cake again, I'm not going to paint this top on before putting this tiny fondant. I'm going to put it first before painting, because this top was a little bit more complicated. It was not as easier as putting it on the first one, maybe because the fondant was still moist from the silver paint on it. So that is it. Yes, which other lesson again, I don't know. But if you are still watching and you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please support my YouTube journey and subscribe, watch, leave a comment. Even if it's no, don't leave bad comments, just leave an encouraging comment, please. And if you want me to create video on anything, I'm just creating videos on my cake journey, my customers order, and every other thing. So please support me. I really need your support on this journey. It's not easy creating videos and not getting enough views. So thank you so much for watching. This is how you do it. When you are done, you are going to paint it. Depends on the tin milk you're working with. For this one, the top is silver, as I'm painting it now with silver dust. Yes, just like we have gold dust, we have silver dust. Paint it to make it realistic. I paint the big one and I painted the smaller one, and I tell you, the kind of review I got from this cake, it was so amazing. Everybody was thinking that, oh, is this real? That's the question I keep getting whenever they see it on my status, or they walk up to it while I was making it in my office. So guys, thank you so much guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share, and I will see you on my next video. Bye.